Welcome to the Getting Into Good Trouble podcast, where we make it our mission to challenge, question, and inspire you to do the same.
Your hosts are Gracie Boswell, Reese Anderson, and me, Leighton Duckett.
So Leighton, do you want to tell us a little bit about the topic of our podcast?
Sure, this is such an interesting topic where we will explore the ongoing crisis in Peru, where many protest against increased crime rates and the government's failure to protect its citizens.
This issue impacts transportation workers, small business owners, and even ordinary citizens.
Extortion fee and violence crisis. Some were even killed on the job for not paying extortion fees, which basically is saying that if they don't give them the money, they will hurt you and take your business or something along those lines.
Well, are they doing anything about this or trying to limit these attacks?
Citizens of Peru are striking and protesting, speaking out about the issue and more, but all those really get shut down easily by the police. So the government hasn't really done anything about it, and many people are upset about their lack of initiative. After researching, I found on Amnesty International that there were an estimated of 50 civilians killed and over 1,400 injured in the protests. The main cause of death was because of the aggression from the Peruvian National Police. The police commanders had labeled the protesters as terrorists, so the police force went in with lethal force, and even after multiple deaths, they continued with the harsh behavior.
Why do you think that the Peruvian people are getting treated this bad by their own government and police?
I think they're honestly just going in with this force because they don't know what else to do. And violence is obviously not the answer, but I think also they might want to scare the protesters.
Yeah, like what Gracie said, the government tried state of emergencies, but they didn't really work because people, when they went back to work, it just happened again and again.
I think even though that the police is being aggressive, I don't think the protests will stop because the gang violence is still so high. 21-year-old Joshua Ruiz got shot and killed because he forgot to send out a $2 extortion fee.
Going back to what you said, Reese, about the state of emergency, I was researching that and they sent the army.
Yeah, I feel like, in my opinion, the government is trying to stop protests more than stop the root of the issue. Because since January of 2024, there's been 14,000 cases of extortion fees. And that's just an insanely high number.
I agree. The government needs to do more to protect their citizens than harm their citizens.
Mm-hmm. A teacher was threatened with exploding his school if he didn't pay $2,500. And it suspended school for a week. So this is affecting more than just the people that have to pay the extortion fee.
I read this article and it was about how the cases of extortion have shot up almost 370% from 2021 to 2023, which I feel like that's an insane number.
To understand more about the protests, we interviewed Walter Hupbu, who is a photographer in Lima, Peru, who has photographed the protest and has also been a victim of the Peruvian police violence and aggression.
We also talked to his daughter so she could help us translate his story into English.
Hello.
Hi. What is the most important part of the Peruvian transport workers' strike against crime protest to you?
La protesta de los transportistas.
The most important part for me is the mobilization, which is very important because this leads to the visibilization of these issues. This government has tried to hide these problems, and also this government doesn't have a lot of supporters because there isn't much representation, and they are trying to hide that as well, and it's been denied. So these mobilizations showcase that there is a serious lack of support for this government, and that is the most important part for me.
Has the government's harsh treatment made people stop protesting or even made them more upset to keep protesting?
La protesta ha bajado de intensidad.
The intensity of the protests have lowered because there is fear. This government, and after this, they overruled the latest president, has shown a lot of unexpected violence, and they are showing that they are not afraid to shoot without fear. So, nevertheless, there is a sector of the population that is always trying to be on the lookout, and there is a rising discontent in the population. There is also the government, the Congress, that is preparing for a generalized violence against the protests and the Protestants. They're trying to make laws that permit the policemen and the police officers to shoot without any sort of punishment against the Protestants. They are also banning the laws that allow the judges to, judge the police officers who shoot with no reason, and they are also guaranteeing the police officers to shoot and also kill Protestants without any sort of punishment.
So, is it true that the police assaulted you at one of the protests when you were taking photos?
Sí, sí, esto ocurrió el 4 de...
Yes, I was attacked on the 1st of January of the year 2023. It was a march on the center part of the Lima city, and it was very peaceful. And most of the police officers were acting coherently, and there was no violence. Suddenly, there was they were very violent without any motive and any reason. So I guess they received orders to act more violently. I was insisting on taking pictures of a Protestant who was being attacked without a reason, and this led to me being attacked by one of the police officers. And when you are attacked by one of them, all of them kind of surround you, and they are trying to take you to the police station. And these police officers, they don't listen to you, and they don't care even if you show them your carnet or your credential proving that you are part of the press. They don't listen to you, and this showed me that they are enjoying this, that they are enjoying this guarantee that allows them to act this way without any form of punishment coming to them. When I was on the ground, there was one police officer that kind of heard me, and he asked me if I was truly part of the press, and he verified my credential. And after that, he tried to help me. He was trying to, as if he was taking me to his unit. He led me to outside of the police officers and the perimeter, and this led me to believe that even with this new guarantee of these that they are not going to be punished, there is some sort of common sense between some of these police officers. A few days after that, the 9th of January, there was a protest in Juliaca, and the police officers killed 22 Protestants. And they were trying to justify this by saying that they were trying to take the airport, but this was not true, because some of these Protestants were not even in that area. And even one of them was a doctor that was trying to help people there, and he was killed. So there is also this showcasing this new guarantee that police officers have.
Did this make you scared to attend more protests and take photos?
Yes.
¿Esto te asusta?
Lo que yo entiendo es que esto también era...
I'm scared, and I understand that this was a message not only for the population but to everyone, including the press, that we had to be scared of this or watch out for ourselves. There's been a recent and very serious violence against the press. They're hitting the equipment and the press, and they're also shooting these small bullets, rubber bullets, that they can break bones, and they have broken the bones of several press members. There has been a record of press attacks. They want the press to not intervene, and also they want them to be kind of like accomplices, like allies, or they don't want to watch and their actions and do nothing. I am also more careful every time that I go to protests, and I distance myself from the police officers because I know that I could receive a bullet without any reason, and that I am now a mark. A mark.
Thank you so much for telling us your story and your experience in these protests, and we really appreciate your time. We hope this podcast helped further your understanding of protests in general and also the specific issues happening in Lima.
See you in the next episode.